Hello Lantern Magician. Why am I wearing a wig and how do I explain why to even bother to shoot and edit in RAW? Let me use the mental model of the rubber band. So let's start with 8-bit compressed footage represented by this rubber band, and as you can see, you can make it brighter, darker, you can set to add saturation, but the minute you try to alter the colors too much, it's gonna break what colorists call breaking point. And so our wonderful manufacturers gave us a solution called 10-bit compressed.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Represented by this significantly larger rubber band, which gives us a lot more to play with, to a point, right? So about a decade ago, a human with otherworldly skills known as the original Lantern Magician, he said enough! And he found a way around the crippling limitations of the manufacturers, and he gave us raw access to the data directly from the sensor. And as you can see, this is 10-bit raw and it's light years bigger than 10-bit compressed. And now let's find out why that is. Starting with your typical entry-level SLR, which at 8-bit is going to trash 90-something 5 or more % of your color. And to demonstrate, let me show you this example of a fragment, just a little fragment of a sky recorded at 12-bit RAW. And as you can see, there's tons, endless amounts of color. But what the manufacturers do, they'll just compress it like so. They say, oh, it's blue. Who cares? Like if there's different shades of blue. Blue is blue, isn't it? And then Sony will compress it a different way, and Canon another, and Fuji will, and then they call it color science. And there's endless debates over, my color science is better than yours. So if you don't want some Far Eastern scientists to control your art, turn all of this off, and RAW allows us to do this. So watch me getting artsy here and make the sky into all kinds of things. And notice how it still kind of looks organic. There's no pixelation. It's believable. It's almost like working with clay. And see, all the gradients are intact. And even if I go completely crazy, like say, let's create an apocalyptic rain cloud on Mars, featuring Elon Musk's left-handed brother in an alien space suit. Alright, so now let's look at some more real-world examples of using the power of RAW to fix this shot here. Look how green everything is from spillage from the trees from my Soul Forest video. See, compared to this clip, there was almost nothing I had to do. It already looked good out of camera. Not so on this shot, where I really had to use the raw power to bring back the colors and make it blend, you know. And say I would have shot this with a Sony a7S III, it would have been much harder, if not impossible, because of this, you know. Again, I don't know the exact percentage, but a lot of the color would have been lost. And so that leaves us with the two much more affordable options that even at 10-bit make these other cameras look old.
Prepare for an explosion of colors. In the left corner, the mighty Pocket 4K is throwing powerful punches, but it's struggling to land any hits on the underdog, the EOS M. So who's going to win this epic showdown?
What? The EOS M wins? That's crazy. Yeah, 14-bit. But actually, you know, I would say none of them are a winner. They are very similar cameras, just, you know, they got both pros and cons, but also one common big problem. Let's talk about it. Because as always, where there's light, there are shadows. So the price for ultimate artistic control with RAW video includes a massive learning curve, new terminology, an additional set of sliders in your editing app, and initially less polished images compared to those out of hybrid and phone cameras, because all of their internal processing goes out of the window, and what we're left with is the ugly truth. which calls for a new workflow, greater image manipulation skills, along with increased storage and computing needs, which is why dedicated commercial RAW cameras such as the Blackmagic or Reds come with a ton of professional level documentation and even on-site trainings like Reducation in LA. And while Magic Lantern can provide similar results at a much lower cost, due to its open source nature, it basically being a glitch in the matrix, comprehensive guidance and documentation have been a major problem. But that is about to change. I'm excited to introduce my EOS M and Magic Lantern training program called The Missing Manual. Based on 5 years of real-world high-stakes production experience, this training offers a clear step-by-step guide to mastering this affordable system and achieving high-end videography at a fraction of the cost. For more details, check the description below, and now let's get back to the video. So one other way to look at all of this is crayons. So in case of 8-bit footage, I know I'm gonna have to live with exactly one crayon for the sky. And then of course you go to middle school, high school, and that to me is what I think about, when I think of 10-bit compressed in. You get more choices, you can have maybe like 3 or 4 different blues for your sky, but then some of them go to art school and are no longer satisfied with any kind of pre-made colors. They make their own. And they stay up all night mixing colors and working on their vision to, not perfection, but how about timelessness? Which is kind of what I think about when I, think of raw videography. And like all things in life, we sometimes have to make bold choices. Like this girl here, she has to choose between quality and convenience. Quality being raw, obviously, and convenience being compressed. And I think she made a choice. It looks like she knows what she wants. And so do I. I have made up my mind. What's going on?
You're cheating on me with an older camera. Plug me in and you'll see you're still the...
Well, sorry, don't take it personally. I'm just a man, and I've made up my mind. It's the EOS M. Look at what it can do, It's amazing. And if you want to know more, again, check out the link in the description. And